out of Jaybee Alabaster's mother and has been competed quite successfully with Caroline from a young horse right up to Grand Prix. Caroline certainly put a lot of work into this horse. He can be sometimes a little bit lazy. So far looks good. Now the extended trot. HXF. Arenas have been freshly watered. Our position is a little bit above the arena, so you're looking a little down, and we're on the diagonal line, so there's no judge exactly on this line. Now the steep half passes, they're not easy. KB, it's very steep. Looking for a little bit more quarters, a little bit more flexion and bend. So now the change of flexion. Coming back in the left half pass. Again, you can see from this angle the quarters a little bit trailing. And again, a little bit more forward desire in the trot, a little bit more into the bridle. And the rein back, whoops. Lifted up the arena edge, it wouldn't be the first person to do that. It's quite easy to step on the edge of that. Now the extended trot across this direction. Again, a little bit more purpose. Could be a little more on the job from extended trot, a transition back to passage. Not easy. Around the corner, getting a little bit better now. Again, could be a little bit more engaged and sitting, but really good in piaffe. Yeah, really good steps. Well done, Caroline. And out, a little bit flat, a little bit, not enough cadence, not really showing enough cadence and bounce in the passage, which is the ultimate suspended trot. So you need to have a horse that's very collected, very put together, and is full of energy, and the rider's able to create the energy to go up instead of forward. So the more energy and the more half holts and collection you can get, the more passage, more cadence trot, the more expression and elevation. Now from the extended walk to the collected walk, and from here it's a little tricky to see, I think, from your angle, but the frame could be a little bit rounder and show more collection. It's a little bit open in the frame, a little bit like medium walk, and a good clear transition where there's its own mark for the transition from walk to passage. And again, the passage having a little interruption. Again, the piaffe, it shows a good talent for piaffe. Hind legs well under, good rhythm. A little more energy out. Again, you can see not really compressing and getting off the ground enough for a really big mark in the passage. Passage canter. Now the 2s and 3 and 4 and 6 and 7 and 8 and super. Good job. 9 2s, correctly done. I think the canter looks more uphill than the trot work a little bit, and now not really forward enough at all. I said it can be a little lazy. This is an extended canter, and I think Caroline will be a bit disappointed there wasn't really enough difference in that canter. And then there's a transition mark at the end of it and flying change. Now 3 this way, 6 this way, 5, 6, 1, 6 this way, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, straighten and change. Correct sequence. Again, if you're in front, I think there could be a little bit more sideways fluency in the half passes. Now the 15 ones, I've lost count. Oops, I think it might have been 13, looking at the way the rider rode for the last two, and he ignored her aids a little bit, and just, I think we'll find that was 13 ones and not 15, which was a shame because they had quite good quality. Now the pirouette, and you can see the hind legs are a little bit too wide. It was more like a big circle than a really sitting pirouette. Now again, collect. Whoops, he changed behind. He did sit a little bit better in the beginning and got a little muddled. Just lacking that desire to go forward, and without that desire to go forward, it's very difficult to contain him. You know, it's a little bit empty feeling. So again, he gets a little bit, some horses get a little worried about their environment or what's going on, and they become a bit backward in their attitude, and this guy does a little bit that. Right? When he's quiet and calm, he is more outgoing and more forward. When he's in the competition arena, with little experiences he's had, he sometimes, what we say, gets behind the leg. He gets a little bit backward thinking. Certainly can Piaffe. It does a super job with great hind legs under, front legs up off the floor, good rhythm. This is too much like trot. I think Carol might be a little disappointed in that there wasn't the definition in the paces that we would really like to see. More extended, collected passage, Piaffe passage. It was just a little bit mixed up. Not, the clarity wasn't quite